Hi baddies! Today I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite self-portraits that I did in 2024. I have been taking self-portraits since 2020. I took an online Nikon class during the pandemic. It taught me everything I needed to know about taking self-portraits. I did a video like this a couple years back and I kind of love doing it, so we're back with another one. So we'll start with the portraits that I did this time last year, so January 2023. I was kind of in a creative rut. I was going through my first heartbreak and I just kind of wanted to feel like myself again. My dad had gotten me this snake necklace for Christmas and I wanted to use that as the main prop of the self-portraits, and I made my makeup all glittery and fun and used the necklace as just like a prop. I put it in my mouth. I kind of made sure to accentuate it around my neck. I just did a lot of fun things with the necklace. For this shoot, I also focused a lot on detail shots. So I have a close-up of my eye, I have a close-up of my mouth, I did some where I'm moving my hair a lot and the photos are really blurry. I also had glitter nail polish on and glitter eyeshadow, so I used that as detail shots as well. They kind of complemented each other in the collage that I ended up making that I posted on Instagram. To this day, these are still my favorite self-portraits that I've ever shot. I loved the lighting. I used my ring light. I just loved how I edited them. I loved the pop of purple that I had, and they really did help boost my confidence for the beginning of the year. Second, these were my self-portraits that I did for the first day of spring. I bought this background from Target. It was these fake vines with a bunch of white flowers on them, and I wasn't sure how I could incorporate them, but I ended up doing my makeup green. It was St. Patrick's Day when I took these, so it actually worked out really well. Did my makeup green, and this is another kind of similar to the last ones I just talked about. I focused a lot on detail shots. I put the flower on my face. I used my hands and held the flower. I also had green nail polish. So I really, at the beginning of the year, was incorporating detail and color into a lot of my photo shoots. And I also was really into making them collages or one cohesive piece. So I'd put them kind of stacked in rows of 3. On these I did a little Polaroid situation. On the other ones I just made it more of a collage vibe. And I'm really happy with how these turned out as well. Next up are the pink bathroom portraits. These were taken at my grandma's house. She was selling her house and I had one last chance to take self-portraits in this bathroom. These are my third self-portraits that I did in this bathroom. The first ones just did not come out well. None of the photos were in focus and the lighting was weird and I just was not vibing with them. And then the second time I did it, it kind of just looked like I was standing in a pink bathroom. There was no storyline. So for the third time I did the photos, my mom and I kind of came up with a storyline of getting ready, wearing a pink bathrobe, having props, everything like that. And I love them. I made it as if I was getting ready to go out. I got hairspray and used the hairspray to put in front of the lens, like sprayed it in front of the lens, and I think it added a really dynamic element to the photos. I also love that I was able to have the boxer shorts and the tank top with the robe. They matched so well, and I loved the boxer short trend this summer, so I'm glad I could incorporate them into a photo shoot. I loved being able to read the magazine. Just everything about this is my favorite thing ever. Going along with the bathroom trend, I have my shower self-portraits. I put on a strapless bathing suit top. I had just gotten a new shower curtain liner for my shower and it was clear. I've never had one of the clear ones. I was taking a shower one day and I thought, oh my god, this would look so cool if I was on the other end of this with the beads of water kind of in front of my face. So that was the inspiration for that. I really loved detail shots this year, as you can see. So I did a lot of detail shots for this one too, but I just thought this was so fun. It made me feel so confident just playing with my hair and really playing with the clear lining, being able to put my hand up and make it seem like I was behind glass. I just absolutely love this concept and they're some of my favorite photos of me. I absolutely love these that I did in front of my backyard fence. I had the idea for a while and then one day I was getting ready to go to a concert and I was like, I should just take these photos now. And it was really hard to try and push the button of my camera in between the fence. It hurt my fingers so bad, but I love how these came out. Like I said, I use the fence as the prop so you can see my hands grabbing it, and it just adds a lot of dimension to the photos, especially with the sun hitting it and the shadow of the fence going on my face. I just really love them. They feel so summery, they feel so fun, and I've used a fence in a lot of photos that I've taken going forward for the bands that I photograph, which is really fun because I think it just adds such a cool dynamic element to any photo. Lastly, the photo booth. I can't remember what my inspiration for this was. I'm sure it's from a couple of years back when everyone was doing that photo booth trend. I never did it and I always wanted to, but I could never figure out the right vibe I wanted or just how I wanted to do it. So this was the perfect time. It was one day I just wanted to take self-portraits and put on a cute outfit and honestly just acted like I was in a photo booth. I feel like this is the easiest way to do it. Just feel like you're hidden away behind that curtain and you're just posing and taking all these photos that you want to take. And then in order to get the film strip look, I used Tezza presets. I edited the photos all by myself in Lightroom with my own preset. And I used Tezza's photo strip effect and put 3 of them next to each other in a collage type fashion, and it looks like a photo strip. What I also really like about these is that I matched my red lipstick to my red bra. I thought that was a really fun pop of color. I also was seeing a lot of people doing this trend with their lip gloss or their lipstick, so I took a lot of inspiration from that and Pinterest and stuff like that. I also wanted to share some tips that I have for taking self-portraits. Self-portraits are kind of a daunting task because you are the subject, and as a photographer, I myself am not always used to being in front of the camera, but it's a really great way to practice poses and really up your confidence and also play around with your editing style. There's so many benefits. So a couple of my tips would be, first off, always look for inspiration. I always go on Pinterest and look for inspiration for an idea that I have, or if there was a trend that I wasn't able to do a couple years back and I want to redo it. Obviously, I put my own spin on it every time, or I don't, and just really follow what the trend is, but I think that's a really, really great way to get the creative juices flowing. Second is find a camera that you really like taking self-portraits on. For all of my regular photo shoots, I use a Sony a7 III, but for self-portraits, I found that I really love using my Canon EOS M50. It's just a smaller body to use when it's just me. The timer works really well for what I always need, and the setup is always super easy for having to move it myself. A lot of times for this, you will not have a person helping you. You can. So it's really important to have a camera that is easy to work with as just one person. My second piece of advice would be, don't be so hard on yourself when it comes to self-portraits. I've taken so many that I look back on and I hate them. I don't like the editing. I don't like my pose. The idea in my head did not come clear in the photos, so I just scrapped them, and I would in the past look at that as a failure, but it's really just all about growth and being creative and having an outlet for your photography. So try not to be so hard on yourself if your first couple self-portraits don't work out the way you want them to. Going off of that, I would say for your first couple self-portraits, keep them pretty simple. A lot of my first self-portraits were just in front of my pink bedroom wall, or I have magnets on my fridge, like fridge magnets, and I did it in front of that. The easy, simple background that helps you get familiar with working the camera by yourself. I also have learned that props help a lot. In the past, I've used a phone as a prop. I like to use lip gloss as a prop. I love having a background that I can use as a prop or something hanging. I think a prop is good because it adds a storyline to the photos, even though sometimes it doesn't feel like there's really much to say with just you and a camera, but I feel like adding props and poses and things like that will always add a storyline to your photography.